So what's up, you guys? Trying to actually get this intro done before the train comes because I just heard it. But changing the transmission fluid in the filter on my 2003 Ford Crown Victoria. It's an LX. It's not an LX Sport, it's just an LX. It's got the 4R70W transmission. It uses think Mercon 5. I have the fluid over here, so I'll actually show it. Yeah, Mercon 5, Mercon V, whatever. I bought a lot because I was going to clean out the transmission cooler, which is integrated into the radiator, but I don't think this is going to need it because the fluid is not as dirty as I thought it was. And there's the train, so I'll make do with what I got. But I was just taking the pan out, cleaning it, doing stuff like that. So it's off behind the car because I was actually washing it, getting all the dirt off the bottom of it, making it look nice and clean. And I have another video I'll make about an update on this car, so since nobody's seen it in a while. But I do have it jacked up because I know somebody's also going to notice that I have the factory wheels back on it, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. There's the old filter. I don't know if this is a Fomoco or Ford Motor Company filter, so I can't answer that question, but that's what it looks like. That's the pickup. There's also a little O-ring right here, which there's a lot of videos about this, so I'm not going to show what it looks like in the car because the old one is still in there. But this is what it looks like. Make sure you lube this with transmission fluid before you pop it in. But as always, you want to get your stuff side by side. Make sure they look the same. Make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, I believe that both of these filters are the same. Yeah, so this has a Wix filter already in it, so that's good to know. But I'll show the part number because I did show it in one video. But there's the Wix part number. I got it from Rock Auto. I'm not gonna use this disgusting, stupid ass filter or gasket that it comes with because I'm sure that's gonna leak. The gasket that's on the transmission pan, you can reuse. It is reusable. So I'm going to one tip, if you're going to do this and you don't know how much fluid to add, what you can do is keep a jug like this around. This is a 5-quart jug that regular oil comes in. It's empty, and I have my drain pan right here. Whatever fluid came out of the transmission and the pan went into here. This was empty before I started. I made sure of it. And I'm going to pour all the contents of this in there, so that'll tell me how much fluid that I need to add to start with as a baseline. Typically, you'll get about 5, maybe 4.5, maybe 5 quarts out of the pan itself. And then there'll be some residual. There's also some in the system still, like inside the transmission where the clutches are and all that stuff. There's also some in the what's it called? I can't think of the word. Torque converter. And then there's obviously some in the cooler itself. So just keep that in mind. I think total the whole system's like 13 quarts, maybe 13 or 14. And yes, I made a mess and got it on the ground. That's my fault. That's because this pan is shaped stupid and I hate this drain pan. But anyways, you need a 10 millimeter to get all the bolts around the outside of the transmission pan itself. It's just aluminum. Mine does not have the drain plug on it. I wish it did. That would have made my life a whole lot easier. I'm not going to put one in it because I don't see myself keeping the car long enough to need to replace the fluid again. So that's that. I thought I saw where the brake fluid was leaking on this to find out why my brakes still suck, but I'll make a video about that in just a minute. So anyways, this is just going to be a quick video about the transmission filter and all that stuff. It's Mercon V, Mercon 5, whatever. You saw the part number. Make sure that all that is the same. Make sure that both of the filters look identical. Don't forget to take out the little orange seal that I showed you, because it will not seal, and if the filter doesn't do its job, you're going to have a problem. Make sure you clean the magnet that's inside the pan correctly. Like I've got the magnet right here. You can see nice and clean, nice and pretty. Make sure there's no chunks of metal on it. If there's shavings, that's okay. Make sure they're not really big. Make sure there's no chunks in the pan, like I said. So, yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later.